Mortal Kombat 11 is not a bad video game. I don't understand why a bunch of politically motivated cucks are seriously coming out and trying to pretend this is a bad game. You know, like, it's quite a bit better than a lot of the classic Mortal Kombats. Definitely better than the first and third. Probably better than 4. Probably better than Deadly Alliance. Again, I've never played Deception, so I can't say for that. It's definitely better than 10. You know, the only ones I would say might be better are 2 and 9, and because those are 2 of my favorite fighting games of all time. So the fact that 11 can even be compared to those is a testament to its quality. Like, it's an above average game. Like, I like it quite a bit. I was very satisfied with it. I even bought the expansion pass. That's actually why I'm making this video now, in that, like, razor fist that mangy-haired, greasy motherfucker seriously made a tweet, Mortal Kombat 11, it's not a good game. How is it not a good game? Like, I would like you to explain that, you cuck. Like, what exactly makes Mortal Kombat 11 so terrible? Nothing, right? There is no real issue with the game at all, especially compared to the predecessor, Mortal Kombat 10. Which, again, was fine, but, like, had a lot of glaring issues. I definitely radically prefer 11 over it. 11 is basically a better version of 10, to put it very, very simply. I had issues with 10, just like I had issues with 11, right? But at the end of the day, it's still a very solid game. Like, this really just goes to show you, I am seeing more and more from the anti-SJW sphere, you know, the censorship people, the one angry gamers, the razor fists, lots of these dumbasses, right? So many of these people will come out and seriously condemn video games, perfectly good video games, like Mortal Kombat 11, like Trials of Mana, like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, for the most petty, stupid reasons, under some alleged censorship controversy, while still getting hyped for and defending games like The Last of Us Part 2. Well, maybe that's going a bit too far, but it's so interesting how they'll exaggerate these kind of issues and sort of blow them up to be comparable to something like The Last of Us. That's probably a better way to put it. Like, blowing something like a costume change, right, which is very typical, which has always been very typical for Western ports of games, and hyping them up as being something as terrible as ruining an established character and brand, the way that Sony and Naughty Dog have been doing with The Last of Us Part 2. It's ridiculous. It's downright absurd. And yet I'm constantly seeing these people say, like, oh, I would like to buy out Trials of Mana, but if they censored it, I'm not going to. Well, fuck you. You're not a fan, right? If you're not playing the game, you know? Like, if you don't buy the games, you're not a fan. And I do think, when all is said and done, it's getting out of hand, I think. I do think we're reaching the point now where people are unjustly criticizing games for being SJW when they really, really don't deserve that label. Like, what about Mortal Kombat 11 in any way can be considered SJW leaning? Like, that's the only reason these people are actively condemning the game, and yet there's no reason for it. Like, a lot of them have never even played it. Like, it's very disheartening seeing people rage over literally nothing, right? There's nothing to get upset about. This is the most happy this is the most happy I've been with a Mortal Kombat game in a while, because this is the first time in a long time that it's been on the console that it should have been a mainstay on, right? I am personally, I am personally coming out and condemning people who shit on Mortal Kombat 11. I am very optimistic for the DLC. I'm very interested in seeing what they do with the concept. I expect it might actually be really, really good. And again, there are lots of interesting things about this DLC that I might talk about later, but when all is said and done, the fact that I'm excited about an expansion at all shows how much time I've spent in Mortal Kombat 11 to begin with. I don't have a problem with the game at all. I don't understand why this game is controversial with so many people.